All right, welcome back to another episode of my movie review series, episode 289. Yeah, man, October, day 9. Starting to wind down here, man. This is the final week of October, so let's get to it, man. I mean, last week, I made a mistake, and I said that 28 days later was going to be coming next. Well, I wasn't actually completely off point. I mean, I did say that 28 days later, last week I said 28 days later was coming next week. And this pretty much is next week. But I didn't, I wasn't completely on point. So, yeah, The Burning. This is next. Yeah, October day 9, The Burning, 1981. Yeah. Yeah, Brian Matthews, Lee Arias, uh, Ayers, Lee Ayers, Brian Backer, Larry Joshua, Lou David, Jason Alexander, and Holly Hunter is also in this movie. But yeah, man, yeah, The Burning, you know, yeah, great 80s slasher, great 80s classic, man. 1981, I mean, hell, hot off the heels of Friday the 13th Part 2, you know, or, or around the time of Friday the 13th Part 2. But yeah, man, this movie, Tom Savini did the effects. So you know this movie definitely got some impact as far as the killings go. I mean, hell, yeah, you get that right there on camera. Yeah, you get that right there on camera. Impalement, you know. Yeah, that is Tom Savini's style right there, man. I mean, the Raft massacre. You know, when the kids were yeah, they found one of the canoes that had gone missing. Yeah, they paddle over to it only to find that Cropsey was in there. You know, he goes up, with those head trimmers, slicing everybody, stabbing everybody. One cat lost his fingers. Man, yeah, that Raft massacre, man. I tell you, great stuff, man. Great stuff. Tom Savini, yeah, the special effects master, the genius, the master, the living the living legend, man. Great stuff. But yeah, man, The Burning, this movie, a summer camp movie about uh, uh, okay, wait, an 80s slasher about a killer going around offing kids at a summer camp. And yeah, it sounds familiar, but you got a different character, Yeah, there's no Jason, there's no Mad Mars, there's Cropsey. Yeah, dude burned half to death. He survived the burning, but still, you know, burned beyond recognition, completely all melted in the face. You know, took him 5 years to recover. Skin grabs didn't help. But yeah, he wasn't. They unleashed them all out to the world anyway. Yeah, he went to seek refuge at another summer camp since the one that he was a caretaker of, Camp Blackfoot, was burnt down. Yeah, he seeks refuge at another summer camp, only to get at some more kids and counselors. But yeah, you know, I seriously do not want to mention who is behind this movie as far as writing it is concerned. But yeah, it's got to be mentioned anyway. You know, those Weinstein brothers. Whoa, nothing wrong with Bob Weinstein, but that fucking Harvey Weinstein, man. I tell you. I mean, already I'm going to give this movie a 3.5 out of 5. I would have gave it a 4. I would have gave it a 4, but I found out that Harvey Weinstein is behind it as far as writing is concerned. And listening to some of the dialogue of this movie, man, I tell you, yeah, it's now, what the kids would call cringe-worthy. Yeah, it's big cringe. It's big cringy, what the kids say. Yeah, it's big cringy. But I tell you though, seeing Jason Alexander in this movie, back when he had a full head of hair, even though you could tell that he was starting to lose it up there a little bit. But yeah, he had a full head of hair, you know. But yeah, a lot of charisma. So yeah, you know, those Weinsteinish lines that he was putting out there, you know, he put a little bit of justification behind it. He made it sound like that, it's not a creep that's saying it, but he made it sound like that it's just it's a charmer is saying it, he put a lot of charisma behind it, he put a lot of humor behind it, and yeah, you know, yeah, but yeah, this other guy, this guy, this character named what's damn, you hear it so many times, but then now Glazer, this guy named Glazer, this wannabe Brooklyn, New York tough guy, you know, you gotta have at least one of them in these type of movies. But yeah, you know, yeah, he's the asshole of the movie, He's the asshole of the movie. Yeah, he got it, but he got it in one of the worst ways, man. Yeah, both. Yeah, the blade was closed, but yeah, he got it right there, right in the throat. Yeah, right there in the throat. Yeah, Cropsy caught his ass by surprise. Got him right there in the throat. Put him against the tree. Yeah, I tell you. But yeah, I tell you though. Yeah, this movie though. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is where it is though. It is where it is. Yeah, an 80s, an early 80s slasher at a summer camp. Yeah, man. They just, they brought us the face, the new face of horror. An additional face of horror. Not exactly, well, yeah, relatively new, but yeah, the additional face of horror at the time. A one-time only thing though. This movie never got a sequel. Even years later, never got a sequel. Never even got a remake. Yeah, it's an underrated movie. Uh, it is attention gathering and attention keeping. Okay, yeah, it will keep your attention all throughout. He got a little bit of the suspense, but yeah, he hit you with a really decent story. So yeah, you know the Weinsteins, Harvey, he wasn't the only one to write this movie, but he did. But yeah, he had contribution anyway. But anyway, but yeah, Peter Lawrence, I'll give him credit too. So yeah, yeah, uh, like I said, it is what it is, and yeah, it's really decent story. It's really story was it was Yeah, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. You know, attention, attention gathering, attention keeping. Yeah, seeing Cropsy get it. Get it again. Get it permanently this time. Even though the first time he got it was as a prank that went terribly wrong. So yeah, we find out that one of the counselors. 5 years later, we find out that one of the counselors was one of the kids that pulled off the prank. So yeah, Cropsy, yeah, he had some mad agenda getting at him. Almost got him too. He he had a goddamn flamethrower. He was gonna burn his ass, but nah. This dude had help. One of the kids of the camp. Alfred. Played by Brian Becker from Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Yeah, yeah. Alfred. You know. Yeah, he freed himself from Cropsy's trap. He had the head chambers was stuck against his arm. Yeah, he pulled it out, stabbed Cropsy in the back with it. You know, you know. But then we thought that he was dead. But Cropsy he gets back up because the supposed to be dead killer come back to life for one last scare. Yeah, he gets back up. He gets Alfred. But yeah, Alfred gets free. Todd he had an axe, slammed it against Cropsy's face, dead into Cropsy's face. You know the way Mrs. Voorhees got Marcy. Todd got Cropsy axe dead into the face. You know, yeah. Alfred he had the flamethrower, lit Cropsy on fire. You know, Todd getting flashbacks of the prank that gone wrong. This time it's some justice gone right. So yeah, so yeah, man. Great stuff, man. Great stuff. Despite the fact that one of the Weinsteins, Harvey, wrote the movie, Tom Savini, he pretty much saved it with with his genius with the effects and all. You know, the characters was okay. Jason Alexander's character, he's he kind of like the highlight of the movie, with his charisma, you know, just as funny back then before he became George Costanza, But yeah, though, yeah, this movie, yeah, underrated 80s horror picture, underrated 80s horror flick, underrated 80s horror film. And yeah, you know, it would get a 4 out of 5, but fucking Harvey Weinstein, fuck you, Harvey Weinstein, you shouldn't have raped those women. Yeah, it's 3.5 out of 5. That's my review, Jack, and I'm sticking to it. Now, in a few more days, October continues on in a few more days, and then we get to talk about what happened 28 days later in a few more days. So you keep it locked right here for that. Check out my shit right here. Subscribe to me right here. But in the meantime, in between time, Jack, this show is off.